First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week 1. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
And now the first NFL carry for the former Georgia star, DeAndre Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. Then he finds Danny Amendola.
Stafford's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
DeAndre Swift.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This is Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. Turned away on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller.
Complete to
a gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, it's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, 33 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Happy for the Detroit Lions to get DeAndre Swift in the 2nd round. Felt bad for the young man because I thought he was the best running back in the draft, and he lasted until the 2nd round. What's happened for him? Running backs, I hate to use the word devalued, but people aren't going to take them quite as high right now, and he's in that cycle. But I think the Lions really benefited. This guy can burst, run with power, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. I really like him, and he was my #1 running back. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Another throw for Galladay. This one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
The 47-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
At the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on second down to Stafford. Buying time to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Stafford will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his throw here is incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage. Back at the 42.
Jared Davis on the tackle. A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Trubisky. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Anthony Miller.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And the Bears.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 41-yard line.
2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 34. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now it's Trubisky. Quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it before you...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown.
Tariq Cohen. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend as the Bears push further out in front.
The kick is...
And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Bears 14, Lions nothing. Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for...
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This time, Trubisky will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They go play action with Trubisky. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man, it's Patterson complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he's got it up and through.
Bears 21, Lions nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Terrific catch and a big chunk of yardage gained by Kenny Golladay, and that's exactly what he does. That's why he's so dangerous downfield. Highest average yards per reception among NFC receivers in 2019 to over 18 yards per catch. He has the length and really has a nose for the football, especially when they put the ball in the air and he goes up and gets it.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Detroit Lions, 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38, Stafford. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Kenny Golladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Allison, complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 24.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Runs up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
right.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
First down, Bears.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that one will fall incomplete.
Intended for Anthony.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
He's got the hook up to Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
complete.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Robinson, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
28.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They go play action. Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Anthony Miller.
And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
And the Bears.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
16 yards.
I would think that by now people are done underestimating Tariq Cohen because of his stature when they see him at about 5'6", 5'7". But he can do it all. He can run inside, run to the perimeter, but he also catches the ball really well out of the backfield. And he had more receptions than carries last season. He kind of looks like Darren Sproles, who's been his inspiration as an NFL player. In 2018, Tariq Cohen was a Pro Bowler as well.
He was brought down
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Trubisky will throw. Got a man open. It's Wims. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity. They'll run forward Tariq Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Punching it in from a yard away. And this offense is running away with this one.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A 4-yard.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. So they will go for it. Stafford. And there he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. So certainly an interesting call. There to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. How about the game that he has compiled here? So he has the 2 receiving touchdowns, and now that is his 3rd rushing touchdown. 3 plus 2, 5 total.
I'm telling you, you and your math can't beat you on that one.
Yeah.
You got it down. But how about the diversity of the day he's had? Just what you pointed out. 3 on the ground, 2 catching them. What a performance.
What a performance. If I get my numbers and colors down, going to be a real threat.
Just always remember, color between the lines.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Bears 42, Lions 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now what do you get?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On on 2nd and 9. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And now it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Stafford on 1st down. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a good turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Gain of a yard.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They try again with Cohen. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
On the tackle. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Lets this one rip toward Graham. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Lions on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run with Patterson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the Bears. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home. Oh, he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Cohen. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cohen. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long.
Oh, he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Still had 98 catches.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Stafford going to give it to Swift. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. On third down, Stafford. Those passes intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.